Brothers, welcome back to Sigma Motivation, YouTube's best motivational channel for the Sigmas. I'm glad to have you back with us. I am your humble host, the Sigma Captain, the bearded monk, El Capitan. New subscribers, welcome. Over here on Sigma Motivation, I like to discuss ways of elevating our Sigma pimpin', staying in shape, staying on your grind for those papers, and most importantly, the power of wearing a suit or tuxedo, the power of being perceived as a Sigma gentleman, the power of actually being a Sigma gentleman, the admiration and the respect for how we conduct ourselves. Gone are the days of us not respecting ourselves to the highest regard and demanding the world around us do the same. As 2025 comes to a close, we can look back at the last 12 months and see where we elevated most and what we can improve on in 2026. I'll tell you something, brothers. 2026 is going to be the year of new millionaires. Yes, the year of prosperity indeed. With the Sigma work rate, there's no telling what the Sigma man can accomplish this oncoming year. But let's slow down for a second and remember that we are still in 2025, and there's still so much work we must do as far as self-improvement. We have most definitely come a long way from who we once was, brothers. Personally speaking, I am not the same man I was 2 years ago. I'm stronger mentally, emotionally, physically, and most importantly, I'm richer. In this video, I will be discussing the power of the suit and most importantly, the power of wearing a suit. Brothers, wearing a suit is more than just wearing fabrics. It's a statement, not only to yourself, but to the outside world. A statement of declaration that you have arrived as your most powerful version. You show up saying, I love and respect myself, and so should you. Let's step it up a notch and talk about your physique. Are you proud of how your body looks right now? When was the last time you worked out? The suits is great, yes, but even a suit won't save you. The suit can only convey so much. And if you are out of shape, then the suit is just another set of clothes. But let us assume that you are a real Sigma and you are in fantastic shape physically and you add a suit to that. Now we're talking. A great physique and a well-tailored suit is a real game changer for us as Sigmas. Me personally, I love wearing suits, sometimes a single-breasted blazer, but as of lately, I have begun to appreciate the regalness of a double-breasted blazer. A suit is a suit, but a suit with a double-breasted blazer is operating on a whole other frequency, and yes, I did say regal. What else comes to mind when you see a man in a double-breasted blazer? Brothers, I, the Sigma Captain, the bearded monk, can promise you two things that will happen wearing a double-breasted blazer with a well-tailored suit to complement it. First being, the treatment you will receive while outside, it's damn near cheating. Secondly, if you wearing a suit in your office, you will work at a higher rate. How could you not, right? My brothers, the morning routine doesn't change. It's still waking up at 12 a.m., having your coffee, then taking a cold shower, then another coffee for maximum focus and alertness, then training your body for no less than 90 minutes. Brothers, if you aspire to make millions, you first must begin to feel like a millionaire even before your bank balance reflects this. I believe to become a millionaire, you first expose yourself to the possibility that you can too be a millionaire and allow that feeling to permeate your whole being. For example, should you want to be a millionaire, think of what a millionaire would do in his day. Would a millionaire have a messy room or flat with clothes all over the floor, dishes piled up in the sink in the kitchen? No, he wouldn't. You see, to even be able to mentally fantasize about being wealthy to millionaire status, you would first have to mentally align yourself with the frequency of millions. To dare to dream a dream so big and bold, meaning one would have to change your mental programming day by day. This means being extremely careful who you listen to and expose your mind to. Would a man who views himself to be a millionaire sit there listening to a man who is himself poor? No. A man who views himself a millionaire would be aware enough to know, I am now, or I wish to become a millionaire. I must only allow those with the lifestyle of which I am reaching for in my head. The mental reprogramming in itself is a full-time job. It's dedicated efforts on your part. It requires working harder on yourself than you would your day job, because your job earns you a living. However, working on yourself can earn you a fortune, but it's gonna be hard. Becoming someone brand new, essentially, and disregarding the old version of yourself into this new millionaire version. This level of programming will not happen overnight. It's a process that includes discipline, patience, hard work, clearing the mental clutter from one's mind with breath work, and most importantly, self-forgiveness. Brothers, you must understand that we did not raise ourselves. We was raised by people who honestly was broken and damaged and passed that same destructive program down to us. These people was our parents firstly, then the school teachers and everybody else that we was exposed to. The point I am making is we was set up to fail. We grow up with people who never imagined that they could be rich and abundant. And even if they was told they could, the people who came before them most probably told them to hush. No one in this family has ever been rich. What makes you believe that you could? So you see, we must detach ourselves from anybody who makes us think that we cannot become rich. For our own sakes, really. I know what I personally had to do within myself, the amount of work I had to put in just to reprogram myself out of the limiting beliefs that I inherited from my peoples. If I had just been someone with the arrogance to think I was good enough how I was, I would have remained poor, understanding that being poor and broke are two different frequencies. Being poor is a mental illness, however, being broke is a temporary existence. Of course, I am happy that I wasn't born with the wealth I now have, because I would not have learned the value of molding myself into the man I am now. The millionaire Sigma version in fantastic shape, physically and mentally. There are reasons why it's been said the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. This is because poor people think in destructive, limited patterns, while the rich think in the opposite. Rich people think in abundance, prosperity. Rich people use and view money as a tool of self-expression, while poor people hoard money due to their lack of awareness that money is everywhere, but they wouldn't know that because they have never taken the time to do the necessary work. Rich people also know that working hard physically is a poor man's game. Of course, the rich work, but not in the same ways as the poor does. Rich people understand that one income is not going to get me the wealth that I require. The rich understand that having multiple incomes and multiple systems is the true path to riches. All right, brothers, we have reached the end of this Sigma Pimpin'. Remember, brothers, always take the necessary steps required to become exactly who you want to be, and not become the man who has been molded and beat down mentally into being who others want you to be. Becoming your own man takes bravery and courage, brothers, so step into your desired version of you and move forward and leave anything and anyone who no longer serves a purpose in your life. I am the Sigma Captain, the bearded monk, and I have enjoyed having you here today. If you got any value from this video, then smash the like and subscribe on your way out. I will be back with more Sigma gems and jewels. So keep an eye out for my next video. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bearded Monk out.